A historic election. Contentious result. The globe divided. Every year, Hello Kitty's parent company, Sanrio, holds a major election, a global vote to determine which character in Sanrio's catalog is the best and cutest and most beloved by fans everywhere. The candidates in this election may be adorable, but the politics are deadly serious. Years-long winners will experience major upsets. Fans will campaign online for their favorite little guys. And when a character sits in a top spot for too long, resentment builds among fans as they watch their own favorites place in 7th, 12th, 30th, maybe even 80th place. The stakes are high. The Sanrio company will create merchandise depending on these results. So higher scoring characters and winning characters will be much easier to find in stores. This is especially true outside of Japan, where Sanrio character merchandise, besides Hello Kitty, often has to be purchased in niche or specialty stores. I am a Caropi girl, if you can't tell. The past few years, we've seen a weird amount of dogs taking the top 3 spots. Pom Pom Purin, Cinnamoroll, and even Pochacco sitting in those top 3 spots. And I like Pochacco, don't get me wrong. I'm just surprised to see him in the top like that. And interestingly, Hello Kitty is not first place, almost ever. Simply too mainstream. And those Cinnamoroll fans, they are serious. But what about the bottom of these rankings? Which Sanrio characters are the least beloved? One might even ask, the most hated. Maybe not the most hated, but the least liked. Sanrio has so many characters. So are these bottom ranking characters truly unlovable, or is it just that there are so many that they go unnoticed by fans, left to sit at the bottom of the rankings? At the time that I wrote this video, the 2026 Sanrio character ranking had not happened. It has happened since, so please forgive my slightly out-of-date statistics. But I looked at the Sanrio character ranking results from 2020 to 2025, which is a total of 6 years of voting, and the Sanrio character ranking usually takes place in April or May. 2025 was actually a milestone year. It was the 40th anniversary of the Sanrio character ranking. Am I a data scientist? No, not even a little. I did take statistics in college, and I got a D. I also took 6th grade math, so I know how to find the mean, the median, and the mode. I also have attended the lifelong university of being a Hello Kitty girl, which is a credential I take very seriously. My calculations here to identify the least beloved Sanrio characters are pretty simple. Step 1, identify the 5 worst ranking characters for every year. In some of the years, there were 80 entrants in the ranking, and in some years there were 90. Step 2, give those 5 characters value on a 5-point scale based on their placement. Last place gets 5 points, second place gets 4 points, third last gets 3 points, etc., etc. Step 3, average out the points. Whoever has the highest score is the most hated character from Sanrio of the 2020s so far, not including 2026. It's really important to note here that not all Sanrio characters are included in the ranking. There are over 400 Sanrio characters, according to the Sanrio and Hello Kitty wiki. In 2024 and 2025, there were 90 characters included in the ranking. In the past, it was 80, so 90 was the highest number of entrants in the ranking so far. There are hundreds of characters not included in the ranking at all, including some of my personal favorites, like Syrup the Seagull. Syrup is kind, gentle, and considerate, and he loves to watch over all his friends. His special skill is flying long distances. And his birthday is April 6th, and don't forget it. Or another classic character, Cube, who is a hamster. He loved the little things, and because he was always in a square box, he was able to change the shape of his body into a cube. Unfortunately, he does not have a birthday listed on the wiki, so Sanrio, if you're hearing this, get Cube a birthday, now! But for the characters that do get included in the ranking, just like there has to be a winner, there also has to be a loser. And I'm going to actually talk about 5, drumroll please, based on my calculations, very scientific calculations. The 5th most hated Sanrio character is Risuru the Squirrel. To me, Risuru is fine. He's just okay. He is very simple and sweet looking enough, but to me he's really missing that special something that a lot of Sanrio characters have. Even his personality is really vaguely described. The keywords are friendly, fun, exciting, and those can apply to pretty much any cartoon character, especially any cartoon squirrel, so it just doesn't really make an impression here. His lack of a personality kind of makes sense when you hear his backstory, which is that he was created in collaboration with a literal bank, the Tamashinken Bank to be exact, whose mascot is a squirrel, which is very common in Japan for institutions to just have mascots. The bank collaborated with Sanrio to create Risuru, and have since expanded the universe to create the Tama Forest Friends, and even gave him a wife named Hapiru-chan. Still, his beautiful family and his happy home life is not enough to sway the Sanrio voters. Risuru appeared in the bottom 5 in 2025, 2024, and 2022, earning him the title of the 5th most hated Sanrio character. Next up, we have Dreamtail Cubear. And yes, all of the Sanrio characters are named like this. Once again, I think this character's downfall is its lack of personality. Is Dreamtail Cubear cute? Yeah, absolutely. Is it any cuter than any other Sanrio character? Not really. It's a simple pink bear, it's made to resemble a stuffed animal, and it can appear in a variety of colors. But this stuffy look-alike gimmick is not unique, and there are actually a number of teddy bear characters made by Sanrio that already exist. We have Teddy Bear, Teddy the Teddy, Sugar Cream Puff, Tiny Chum, and even more beyond those. Sanrio does reuse animals a lot. Just look at how many rabbits there are. So if you're going to be a bear, you better be a unique bear, and Dreamtail Cubear just misses the mark. In fact, Dreamtail Cubear performed so poorly in the ranking that it was removed from the Sanrio character ranking altogether after 2023. Even without any points accumulated in 2024 and 2025, Dreamtail Cubear is still the 4th least liked Sanrio character. In 3rd place, none other than Panapida! You may start to notice some preferences in the themes of Sanrio voters here. Panapida is both a bear and a bank mascot character, and it's definitely not coincidental that a bank-themed character is once again in the bottom. Just like Risuru, Panapida was created in collaboration with a bank, this time with Asahi Shinken Bank. But for Panapida, I actually like him a little bit more knowing this. He's so simple that he almost looks like a logo to me. He has kind of a mascot-y vibe, just with very simple lines, 2 colors, black and white. He's really easy to remember and really easy to recognize. But as a Sanrio character, he's just not cute enough. And unfortunately for Panapida, Sanrio already has a panda that is cute enough, Pandapple. Pandapple, I think, is a good example of that certain something that pushes a Sanrio character into that mega cute fan favorite territory. Between Panapida and Pandapple, their bodies and faces are not that different. They're simple black and white cartoon pandas. Like, you can only change so much. But Pandapple has accessories. He's got a colorful shirt. He's got an apple hat. These little details maximize his cuteness, and they show us his personality so much more. And it's just a personality that again, Panapida seems to really lack. While Pandapple does consistently okay in the Sanrio character ranking, Panapida cannot say the same, and appeared in the bottom 5 in 2020, 2021, 2024, and 2025. We now have our runner-up for the most hated Sanrio character. And don't worry, this one isn't a bear. It's actually several bears. We have sporting bears. If you have not been paying any attention to this video at all, this is going to come as a real shock. They are bears, and they are mascots of a bank. This time, it's Yamanashi Chuo Bank. This family of 4 polar bears is honestly really cute, but I think sporting bears has 2 really big flaws. First flaw, they don't have individual identity. Having a group character isn't totally out of the ordinary for Sanrio. A number of characters are actually multiple characters operating as a unit. Take little twin stars, for example. However, each little twin star has their own name, distinct look, and unique personality. The sporting bears don't even have first names, so they feel super interchangeable and generic. The second flaw is that I just don't think they look like Sanrio characters. In my opinion, the essence of a great, or at least a popular, Sanrio character is the kawaii factor. I think that being sweet, funny, silly, rambunctious are all optional traits, but being kawaii is like non-negotiable. And you either have it or you don't. I know that kawaii is just the Japanese word for cute, And I know that I said that sporting bears are cute, but they're just not kawaii to me. I think that if you get it, you get it. They're nice looking, but they don't have that like, oh my god, OMG, oh, like, factor. But apparently, Sanrio fans just hate families because sporting bears placed in the bottom 5 in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Pretty bad. Finally, we have the most hated Sanrio character, the least beloved Sanrio character. His name is Little Loven. I'm repeating myself a lot here, but Little Loven was created in collaboration with a bank. He was created in collaboration with Aichi Bank. But at least he's not a bear. He's a dog this time. It's actually kind of interesting because, like I said, the past few years, dogs have really been topping the leaderboard as well. So we're seeing dogs at the top and the very bottom of the Sanrio character ranking. Apparently, Sanrio fans both love and hate dogs. Weird. Little Loven is actually supposed to be a Tyrolean hound who is from Sydney, Australia. This is a little weird for his lore because Tyrolean hounds are actually a dog breed that originated in Austria, not Australia. So I don't know if it was intentional to have him from Australia, even though the dog breed is from Austria, if that was some kind of mix-up, if it's all just coincidence, if I'm reading into it way too much, I really don't know. Either way, these hounds are very cute in real life. Notably, Little Loven is wearing a very, very dapper little outfit, which not all Sanrio characters can say. Many of them are naked. He wears a white hat with a blue ribbon, a blue bow tie, and a red tuxedo jacket. He holds a red heart patch that was a gift from his grandpa, who still lives in Australia. And in his trivia section on the Hello Kitty wiki, his outfit apparently has some magical properties. His hat is filled with love and dreams. The red heart patch in his hand will give the wearer happiness. His mother says golden fur brings good luck. Okay, Little Loven. Sadly, Little Loven placed last or close to last every year from 2020 to 2024 and was removed from the ranking entirely in 2025 due to his low popularity. But why is he ranked so low? I kind of don't know with this one. He's cute, he's distinct, he has a little family and a bunch of lore, but he's also a bank-sponsored character, which is kind of a death sentence for a Sanrio character. Unfortunately, banks are not kawaii. He also has kind of an old school art style. It's a little more sketchy, a little less sharp, clean lines. He clearly hasn't gotten the art update that a lot of the more popular characters have gotten in the past few years. So for fans who like the shinier, more saturated colors, bolder, thicker lines, he's just not going to be popular. So is Little Loven truly the most hated Sanrio character? Probably not. Like I said, there are technically hundreds of Sanrio characters that are left out of the vote entirely, and losing the my favorite competition doesn't make you most hated automatically. I would love if there was a Sanrio ranking with every Sanrio character, almost 500 of them, but that would make absolutely no sense. Logistically, it would be a nightmare, and most of the characters would probably end up with very few or no votes. Plus, we all know that a dog would still win, but you do have to wonder who would be the most loved and the most hated if every single character was included. Karopi would still never win, unfortunately. Just like with Pokemon, there are so many Pokemon, and people say every Pokemon is someone's favorite Pokemon. I would like to think that every Sanrio character is someone's favorite Sanrio character. I know it's statistically kind of unlikely, and also that Sanrio characters are just not quite the same as Pokemon in the way that they work and the way that they appeal to people. But I do like to imagine that every single one of these little kawaii freaks is someone out there's favorite little kawaii freak. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite Sanrio character. Check out my podcast. It's called Fake Gamer Girls. I'll put links in the description. Okay, bye!